Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. Let's start a new envelope journal. This is kind of an envelope only journal as well because the whole structure is going to be made from envelopes. And it has a different kind of spine and a different kind of binding, but all envelopes. And I have printed out, we're not probably going to get to this today, but I have printed out a bunch of background pages. These are Artymaze. This is the, what do you call it? Foxglove. I bought this one and I thought I printed it out, and I think I started using it for some ephemera and things, but I never did actually do a whole project with it, and it's so pretty. I thought it would be fun for this. So anyway, I've been printing, and then I had to contact HP because I'm on my last yellow cartridge. I had to install that this morning, and they were like, well, you know, realistically, this is how long it takes. Yeah, I know, it takes 25 days to get the ink, and usually I don't run out before I get my new ink. Usually it's right there, but I didn't get the last shipment. So, and guess what? It was yellow. So I wanted to make sure, and of course they're always so good about just like, okay, well, it's on its way. So that's what I've been doing today, printing, talking to HB, and yeah, watching this video over and over so I could get this. And the inspiration for this journal is the Bohemian crafter, Eva over there. What a hoot. I love watching her channel. She giggles through the entire video, and it is so contagious. I just love watching her. So anyway, this is inspired by Eva, and I will leave her link below. I'm hoping I can simplify this a little bit. Now she used this size, which, well, in UK it's a little bit different, but basically a quarter sheet or a half sheet fits in here of their A4, and so theirs is 9 by 6.5, ours is 9 by 6. So that's this size journal, and she used 14 of these envelopes to make her journal, so it was quite thick. And she also did this size as well, but a lot more pages. I'm not going to make mine quite as thick. I may try it though, make one of those big fat ones. And she did one with leather binding, one with an envelope binding, or not binding, cover. Lots of options for this. If you get the method down, I think you'll be on your way. So, but basically, I think I'm going to do 7. I like to have odd numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7. And the first thing I'm going to do, now like I said, these are 9 by 12, and you could do this with white or craft. I just happened to buy these at Dollar Tree yesterday, and I thought, oh, these will be perfect. The smaller ones I bought, I couldn't find the ones with the adhesive. They all have clasps, so I have to go through and cut all those out. But if I make that one, but this one, I was lucky enough to find the ones with the adhesive. I like these better. But anyway, we're going to cut off about an 1/8 of an inch on the bottom of the envelope, and we're gonna trim that off. And I'm gonna be fast forwarding some of this off and on because basically whatever we do, we're gonna do it 7 times. And so yeah, I'm just gonna cut off, and what I'm doing is where the cutting line is, I'm just going to the crevice here. It's about an 1/8 of an inch where the insert fits. So now we will fast forward. Oops, I accidentally pulled 2 in that time. Oh well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, and you know, for me it's just easier to remember how to do things if I do everything assembly line. We are going to fold the tab, flap, whatever you want to call it, back. I'm going to use my bone folder just to make sure everything's flat. And flip it, and then we're going to fold this in half. Now you can see that this envelope is not folded straight on, so you know, I'm not going to get an exact. What I'm going to do is split the difference here. Put a little bit at the top, a little bit at the bottom, and pull that out. Okay, so that's how we're going to do. We have 1, 2. This will be 3 pockets for each section. Okay, and then we're going to add a whole bunch more. Like I said, the whole foundation of this book is envelopes, and we're going to do the foundation today and start the decorating tomorrow. And I don't know how long it's going to take us to finish this book, but I think it's going to be fun. So I'm going to take this and place it over here and repeat. Step 1 was taking the envelope and trimming 1/8 of an inch off the bottom, or 1/16 of an inch, just the tiniest bit. Just make sure you do them all this, you know, pretty much the same. Step 2 is folding this flap back and then folding the envelope in half. Now this is my step 3. Step 3 is going to be covering this side of the flap. So that's what we're going to do right now. So let me get my ruler out here. This piece needs to be, and because I'm going to cut around it, I am going to, let's see, it is a little, just a smidge over 1.5, well, it's about 1.5. So I'm going to do a strip that's 1.5, and then we'll trim the side around it and attach that with glue to this, because what's going to happen is we're going to put this inside the next envelope like this with glue on this side, so it will be attached on this side. This will be glued down, but this pocket will be on this side, will be open, and we have this adhesive here. So I'm going to cover that flap so that the adhesive is, number one, not sticky. This isn't going to stay on forever, and because that flap is going to be glued to the inside of the other envelope, and that way this will be covered with, you know, because this is going to be the front of the book. We don't need to cover everything, but I do want to cover that flap. So that is step 3, cover the flap. So let's do that real quick. And I have these, I guess that's why I printed stuff out. I need 7, so I think I'm only going to do the 1. I'm going to use the brown. 1 page ought to cover it. This isn't going to be quite wide enough, so I'm going to have to do it this way, so I may need 2. So I'm going to cut this down to 9 by 1.5 times 7. Okay, so now we've got 7 of these strips. I'm going to ink these up real quick. probably don't really need to do too much since it's going to be in the envelope. You know what, I'm not going to worry about it. They're already distressed. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this strip off, and we're going to clean off the tip. And we're going to go around the flap. Now we don't want this to be, you know, on that. We're going to go right up to that score line. Right there. Make sure that I'm, yeah. See, I'm a little over right here. Maybe I should fold it back to put it on. But that glued down really quickly, so I'll just trim that off. I'm not worried about that. It is going to be inside the pocket. So now I'm going to, where'd my scissors go? Behind me. I am going to trim this off. And I don't suppose, I mean, I suppose you don't need to trim that off because it is going to be inside the pocket. But we're going to do this 6 more times. And, I mean, I can ink this edge when we get to this part. But, yeah, let's do this 6 more times and we'll be back. Okay, so I have added paper to all of the adhesive side of all the flaps, okay, all 7 of them. We have them here. Now, I do realize that when we add flips, flaps, and our bigger, smaller envelopes later, some of it may cover this, but I think it's easier to cover them now than, and it'll only be 2 or 3 maybe at the most, rather than try and get that when they're all put together and trying to put it inside the envelope. To me, it just seems a little easier to do it now. Now, Eva coffee dyed her envelopes, so it's possible that she had no adhesive, because I know sometimes when I coffee dye my envelopes, there is no sticky. In fact, they fall apart. So anyway, okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take and put them all so the flap is on the left. I'm not going to put glue here because this is going to be the end page, but I'm going to pull this over like this, and then this flap gets glued in here, but it's going to have glue on this side and be attached to this side of the envelope, not the bottom. We want to make sure that when we're gluing this, that it stays open here. Okay? So what I'm going to do is slide that in, and then I'm just going to, because I know it's where it needs to be, it's as far as it goes, and I'm going to put my glue, well, I guess that won't work because I have to have it completely laying down. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue down. And then I'll carefully, because I need this to not be flapping inside the envelope, I'm going to carefully open the envelope and put this inside. Push it all the way where it needs to go. Fold that over. And I'm going to line that up and press it down. Okay. Now this one, we'll do the same thing. This is going to go inside this one. So, am I right? To think. This is the top. We're flipping that over. And as we're gluing them, we're working the front of the book. The part we're flipping is going to be the spine eventually. So that's why it's a little backwards in my head, because I'm ahead. Oh, I hope you guys can't hear that cat. She's at the door. As soon as I want to record, she wants to get in here because she hears me talking. But she and the dog aren't getting along. He has a little bone and he doesn't want her near it. And he's already been getting after her this morning. So I'm going to slide this in here carefully. Get it up there where I want it, and then make sure everything is straight as it can be. Bring that back down. And then this one's going to go inside the next one. And I'm going to fast forward this because I think you get the idea. We're just going to do them all the same way. It does start to stagger a little bit, but we'll fix that when we get the when we start working on the spine. Okay, so I'm not sure that might work better if we actually, you know, started in the middle and worked our way on both sides. I don't know. But I'm going to push that back a little and just kind of adjust the fold a little bit. It's not going to be so noticeable by the time it's finished. But I only did 7 envelopes, so can you imagine if you did, you know, more? It would be a little bit more. So, there we go. Okay, so you'll notice that we have an envelope here. We have, yes, the whole thing's an envelope. We have a pocket here. We have these 2 pages, pocket here. These 2 pages, pocket here. Actually, no, there's more than one. So there's one pocket here. But here we have 2 pockets where we've attached that flap to the other envelope. So 2 pockets, okay? 2 pockets. All the way down. There's 2 pockets. Okay, so that's going to be cool. 2 pockets all the way down, and then when we get to the end, we're going to have an opening here. What we have all of our pockets on the front. This will be the back page will have a pocket. This will be turned into a pocket. And then we will attach this to the front cover, and we will attach this to the front cover. So we can leave that as a pocket when we glue it down if we like, or not. It doesn't matter. But we have basically a big long accordion, okay? So we don't want that. So we want to attach the spine. Oh, there's going to be a lot of editing on this video. Okay, so what we need to do now is glue the spine, do something to the spine so that it's glued down. And because this is going to be the part we decorate, and we want the pockets. Now, when we attach the spine, we'll be making top pockets, okay? So every time there's the part where we have glued it together with the flap, and we are going to glue on the back side of that to make this top pocket. So we will take the first piece, the mountain there, and we're going to open it. And we are going to apply glue to this side, hopefully straighter than I am, and across the bottom. And then we're going to turn this page and lay it on top. Well, let's line up those edges, and this will help us with that staggering, okay? We want to glue that just like that. Side and bottom. Okay, so we're going to take the next one and make sure that that's not sliding. It stays where I put it. Okay, so we're going to take this one and we're going to go down the side. And the bottom. We're going to bring the next flap fold over, line it up with this one, and that one. And there again, we want to hold that until it sticks, because we're wanting to line this up. You can see some of my glue here. I'm going to rub off from gluing those flaps together. Okay. This one is a little crooked. There we go. All right. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can. By the time everything is in it, and it's not going to matter really if it's perfectly aligned, because it's going to be fat. So come along here again. Like I said, what we're doing right now is creating the spine. Okay, we're going to fold this over. We're going to line that up. And I'm going to flip this around only because I want to get this straight on these corners. And then work it back. Okay, one more time. And I think this will make for a pretty sturdy little spine. Now, Eva used foam tape, double sticky tape, for her sides. She said that allows more room in the pockets, which I don't have any of that, so because I'm only doing 7 envelopes, I figured we'd be okay. Remember, she did 14 on hers, so quite a bit more. Well, twice as much more. Okay, we've got 2 more. So I suppose if you're going to put a lot in the top pocket, something very thick, with a lot of accents and, well, embellishments is the word, then you would want to use that foam tape. I'm probably going to put journal cards in the top, so I think we'll be okay. Okay. One more time. And so this book, this is the binding right now that we're doing. And then the cover, the spine will not be attached. Okay, so I think we're good. I think that's about as good as we can get on that. So now you'll see we have a pocket on either side of our page, and then we have these top pockets here for putting more things inside, which will be fun. So I think I'm going to stop there because I have a lot of editing to do on this video, and if I can get another video done today, I will. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone.